Hello everybody. Today we are going to give you orientation of cost accounting subject that we have. CMA Inter exclusive batch according to this orientation that I am going to tell you. This we have already conducted. It is done according to the new syllabus. But in the previous term, since so many students had a doubt regarding certain things about classes, they wanted the classes back in a new way. They wanted back the fresh recordings. We have completed a batch 6 months ago. After that, in these 6 months, we gave last batch recording. But as time continues to pass and we move forward in future, there is the need of the hour that we should also have the orientation according to the new method, according to the new journey. So I thought, why only orientation? The entire batch will be taught again. We all, Avinash sir, Amit Mahajan sir, Amit Bachawat sir, we provide live batch. Students, we have fully brought back the live batch for all of you. For this June 25th attempt and onwards, students can attend both the batches of June 25 and December 25. Clear? Second point is that this orientation, it is based on recent paper patterns that are currently in use, and we believe these patterns will continue in upcoming time. CMA Institute will continue it. Second, syllabus was changed from 2016 to 2022. During that time, there have been so many changes in between. Sometimes it was online and sometimes MCQ weightage was different, then sometimes paper pattern was different. That's why students said in old videos we were saying different things. It's because Institute was changing things. But now it has been stagnant for the last 2 terms. We can also discuss about that. Whoever is watching the video and whoever is taking this course, they will be able to see first video, and along with it, it's also uploaded on YouTube, through which you'll learn a lot about it and will get knowledge on how to approach the paper and how should you study. I only believe in one thing, and like we all say that if you want to crack the CMA Inter, you have to think like CMA Inter. What is the problem? Like we all know that in our entire industry, people teach CA and CMA together. Although if you look at the content, there is difference. Secondly, and you also know that when you will sit in the class with the CA students, the class is only about CA. CMA related things are ignored. Only 2-3 classes are given at end. After that, it's over and wrapped. So I think this is not fair to you. Whereas we provide you with CMA exclusive recordings. Since only recordings were there, students wanted us to give live sessions. So we have also gone live from this term, but this entire batch, this is only for the CMA. Book is made as per CMA. It doesn't mean that it only has CMA sum. It does include CMA sums. It also has best questions based on the CMA pattern that appears in the exam. There are questions from MTPs and the PYQs. Everything is entangled. All the possible good questions that can formed are also covered in it. So, if we look at it this way, then until now, we were only studying with CA students. We don't even know what is the paper pattern, what to study for future. How should we study and what is the sequence? For all that, this video will guide you and help you. This video is recommended to you by me, that at least you can watch this video at a slightly faster speed, but don't skip it. Don't think that it will be of no use. And students, this will give you a very great foundation on how you have to carry your journey ahead. That means it tells how you should approach CMA Inter. So make sure you watch this video and also tell your friends about it. What should be right way to study, no matter where they study? So paper number 8 that I take up in the group 1, which is the orientation of the cost accounting. Students, this paper here, if you give for both groups together, then you will get second last paper. If you give one group, then last paper. So paper number 8 is last paper of group 1 and second last paper in your exams for group 1 and group 2 together. And what are the total marks? The total marks are 100, but passing marks are 40. Only this much passing. You'll think that it is easily achievable. Yes, it should be done. but our target should be to get 70 plus marks. Because what are you going to do is cost management accounting. And if you want to become cost management accountant, then you have to learn cost management. After all, cost is the main part. If you don't pay attention to cost, don't understand it and don't think about it carefully, you will face problems in future. So we will prioritize this subject and we'll put its target at the top. We'll do it in best way, as this shapes who we become. Ultimately, we will be doing the same in the industry. Is it clear? The work we are going to do, what will it relate to? In other words, is syllabus preview also made accordingly? Yes, it is. Let's check it. Regarding the syllabus, what are the points that Institute has given us? First, if we talk about syllabus, Institute has divided syllabus into 3 parts based on weightage. And accordingly, at the foundation level, if you have already prepared from the foundation level from the scratch, then in accounts paper, costing used to be of 20 marks. At our place, we used to take it up. And in that, you were taught about the cost sheet, basics of cost, elements, behavior, all these things. All these things will help you, but at same time will teach you basics, so that whether you have studied or not, it will be clear to you. And secondly, many people come here through BCom entry or through the direct entry to do the CMA Inter, and their full journey of BCom, they must have done this subject very well. But yes, you all know and we all know that at the BCom level and CMA Inter level, there is a difference and we have already done it. It's possible that we didn't study carefully. So knowledge is required. Accordingly, I'm breaking it into 3 parts. Listen carefully to understand how the syllabus is structured. The first pattern is that it will have the basics of cost. It means we need to first understand the meaning of word cost. What are the basis of this? What are its forms? How does it work? How is it calculated? All these things. So the basics of the cost, which you learned through a sheet in the early years, which was the cost sheet, we'll continue that, and this is our first chapter. But it's done only after the basics. Along with that, we have a topic of cost accounting standards. It is theoretical topic and carries 5 to 7 marks. Now we will do this theoretical topic and this practical topic together. We will do its MCQs and practice together. So don't worry about it. All right. If we talk about the elements of cost, which I just mentioned, those will be our next 4 chapters. What 4 chapters? Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses and overheads. After learning these chapters, we will directly go towards its system. It means if we don't write all these things on paper and we do it with a proper presentation and implement in proper accounting system. So that's why we will learn cost accounting system. And this set, it's of 35 to 40 marks. It is huge chunk of 35 to 40 marks. And basically in these 35 to 40 marks, if you look, there's a cost sheet, either the direct material or the labor or overhead or cost accounting. These are some questions that we get. There is no major question from the direct expense. You will get questions from this. So here, it's same thing if I tell you on average. Then, among all these 4 chapters, from these chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I take average of 7 marks, you'll get 35 marks. And then in MCQ, it's also there. This is one way of discussing it. Second, we also have the theory part, which is of around 7 marks. Accordingly, this set is for 35 to 40 marks. Next, if we talk about the next aspect, then it states different type of costing we need to learn. Methods of costing are the job and batch costing, contract costing. You'll feel like you can't understand these names at first, but as you study in depth, you'll get it. Then process costing, JPBP. But what is this? Joint product by product. JPBP is part of process costing. And service costing, which is operating costing. All this covers our 30 to 35 marks. That means if we check it and take average, then one question is of 7 marks. After covering all these points, when we move to the next chapter in next session, I have divided these classes into 3 sessions. Budget, marginal costing and standard costing, which are called as the techniques of costing. It's for 30-35 marks in group 1. But how is this in group 1? The same thing was done in management accounting. In the paper number 12, and you know, it was for 50 marks. Yes, students, you heard it right. This whole chapter is again for 50 marks. in management accounting, and the content for this, it is exactly the same. So what you need to study here is same as there, but in group 1 only basic concepts will be covered. Group 2 has advanced problems. In today's time there's no difference between basic and advanced problems. It's almost same. If you know it, then you'll find advanced easy. If not, then even basics will seem tough. So no matter what, you will have to study exhaustively so that you can handle any problem. So accordingly, the institute has bifurcated all these things in this language. But while preparing for these 3 chapters, I have taken questions from group 1 book, then from management accounting of group 2, then both sets of past year papers. I have compiled everything and made the set ready. So students, you don't have to worry about all these things. Now if we calculate the total marks, then it is coming around 100. But if total is of 100 marks, MCQs add 30 to it, making the complete paper of 130 marks in total. Paper is for 130 marks, in which you have 2 options that you can skip, and accordingly paper is around 128 marks to 130 marks. Now this paper of 128 to 130 marks, what approach should you take for it and what questions are there? All of this can be easily tracked in the CMA. This is the difference between CMA Inter and CA Inter syllabus. In CA Inter paper we can't tell which question will come where, but in CMA Inter there is a pattern which can be decoded. There is a way to decode it and a flow can be determined. It can be known that what can we get, and based on that you can focus on your studies and know the areas that require more attention, and according to that the paper pattern we will be getting in the syllabus 22 of CMA intercosting. Please listen carefully to this paper pattern. It states we will be dividing the paper into 2 parts, and in that section A it will be totally on MCQs, and the section B will give descriptive questions. Section A will have only 1 compulsory question, only 1 mandatory question. How many marks is it for? It's for 30 marks. How? There will be 1 main question with subparts like A, B, C, D or 1, 2, 3, 4, totaling 15 questions within it, carrying 2 marks each. That means we will get 30 marks for the MCQ here. For these 30 marks of MCQs, I want to tell you that students fear MCQs are of 2 marks each. It requires effort, rough work might be needed, and we can get both the practical and theory questions. In all these 15 parts, at least 7 to 10 are practical ones, and 5 to 6 questions are theoretical. So for that you need to do the rough work on the side or use calculator for it. You'll think that when we answer these questions, do we need to write proper reason why we chose option A? Do we need to give reason for it? No, you don't. So whenever you will go to give the exam and whenever you will start with solving the question paper, and students, as soon as you will be opening the first page, then in that you will find the questions in question paper in this way. I will show you. This is recent paper of June 24. Question number 1 in section A is compulsory. Students, you can clearly see here that most of the MCQs are the sums. There are 2 theory questions in the beginning, then sums and sums, and then there are more sums, then 3 theories, then sums, again theory, then sums. There are 15 questions. Students, when you will go to give the exam and when you will write the answer to question number 1, and then you will directly start writing, what will you write at the top? You will write it like this. What you just wrote, it is the answer to question 1, and inside it, Roman 1. If its answer is supposed to be A, then write A. Then Roman 2. If its answer is B, then just write B. In this way, you have to do questions from 1 to 15 and nothing else is to be done. If you will do it this way, then you will save a lot of time. You don't have to do anything else, just write down the options and that's it. You must not copy any questions or options or provide explanations or give reasons for anything in that. So students, we can save a lot of time here, and if possible, don't waste time on this in the beginning. We can do it later. It means when we will give the exam, it's not necessary that we'll start with MCQs. Doing big questions helps us gain flow, making small questions easier to solve. Then the second point is we provide all the things that are important for the exam separately. Now let's talk about the second section. Second section is from question number 2 to 8. What does the questions from number 2 to 8 say? They are stating that there will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, total 7 questions. But from these you have to do any 5. Because each of the question is of 14 marks. So 70 marks are covered. 14 plus 14, 28 marks are options. We can leave 2 complete sets in exam. There is no compulsion that you have to do question 2, 4, 5. You can leave any 2 from question 2 to 8. We can plan very well in advance for the exam, that from which of the chapter we are facing difficulty and then accordingly attempt it. During preparation, if we face difficulties in a chapter, we know what else to do. We'll do it properly so that if we bypass it, even then we can attempt 100% exam and can get good score. Attempting 5 questions according to that, we can easily choose any 5 from it based on the given questions. Moreover, in those questions, there's a pattern that has emerged in last 2-3 terms as per 22 syllabus. That is a fixed pattern, and I'm telling you that in second question, there will be 2 questions, 7 marks each. In that, you will see one sum of cost sheet and the other sum will be from labor or material chapter. In the question number 3, sums will be from overheads or cost accounting system. So, if you look at the second and third, it's as it is. It is from the first part of the syllabus. It's the same. So, if we start from that and if we complete that, we'll have it in our minds that question number 2 and 3 are completed. It means set of 2 questions of 14 marks can be attempted, and our confidence will also start to grow that by doing this we will get both sums together. If we practice like this, then by doing set practice our set is getting completed. But this won't happen like if we get service costing with the cost accounting system. That's not a concern from institute side, as they have followed the same pattern so far and they will continue doing same. Let's talk about question 4. So in question number 4, they are moving towards the methods of costing. They keep service costing and contract costing together. 7 each in 4th one. In 5th question, there's process or joint product by product, as I said. Both are the same chapter, and then this standard costing is taken from the techniques. So if you look at it, then in 4th and 5th question, we can see that contract and service will be together. Then one will be from these 2 and another will be standard. But this job and batch is left. It's because job and batch are small chapters and elements of job costing can be done on cost sheet. Then batch costing is discussed in the material. So it's very rare to find exclusive sum from these chapters. Its role will be more prevalent in MCQs. Accordingly, we get questions from each of the 4 chapters. One is from process costing or JPBP. Now, if we'll talk about the standard costing, if we have to attempt process or JPBP, then we should know standard costing. And 2 to 4th question, we should know service and contract. So if we check the set like this, then all the questions that are written till now, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the main point in this is that all these questions are practical, and so far there is nothing theoretical. So you are attempting all practical questions so far wherever you have attempted 4 questions. One more to go. Let's also look at it. Question number 6. The institute sets excellent questions, and I must say, they do a great job at it. It helps the people increase their analytical skills. They set good question for marginal costing for 14 marks. It will also have parts that you will get to see like 2 plus 5 plus 7, but it is of 14 marks. The question will be given accordingly, and that whole question is based on the marginal costing. And students will be studying this extensively because we also have 14 mark question in group 2 from this. So we cannot skip it. Question number 6 is also practical. In question number 7, the institute in A part included budget practical, and B part it has theory, which includes the basic and standard questions that I already mentioned. Part 1. Questions are given. So look, if I talk about all of this here, then question number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, they all are practical questions. We need to attempt 5. If your theory is weak, or if you feel like why to cover the theory when we can get full marks by doing practical, we can attempt question 2 to 6. We have covered all practical questions, making total of 70 marks. But by chance, if any of practical sums of marginal costing, if you are unable to solve 14 mark question, then it's better to solve other one. If you feel that your standard costing is very weak, you didn't study it properly, or the question of process costing is very lengthy, then you can attempt another one. In that case, question number 7 will be the lender of last resort. In that, there will be a budget sum, so the practical is there, and budget practical is easy. We know where we will get the theory part from, so we can focus there and study it well. Correct, if we can get this done, it will be a relief for us. Last is question 8, where mixed questions are there. Question 8 has 3 questions A, B and C totaling 14 marks with 1 4 marker and 2 5 markers, and they are entirely theory. And this entire part of theory questions can be asked from any chapter, so you have to be attentive because every chapter has theory in it. Like the chapter that was skipped, let's say that material was given, but labor was not given, then there could be a theory question on labor. Joint by product is given, but the job batch costing is not given, then there could be a theory question on it. A normal theory question can come including the basics here. There could be mixed types of questions. So generally I will tell you to avoid question number 8. You can definitely leave out this question 8 if you will think about it carefully, that if you prepare 6 questions, then you can do at least 5 in the exam. You can definitely do it. But we will also complete the 8th question, because when we study for revision before the exam, then there is less time. Then at that time we have to study with a strategy, and that strategy is important. If you do the coverage well, then you can certainly make a last day strategy. Pay full attention in the practical, because you will have to do the same thing ahead. Your primary aim should be to become a CMA. So you should focus on this. Okay, students? Now tell me, what should we do to focus? This is a doubt that comes to the student's mind. This is a big problem nowadays, because in this time and age, there are scenarios. Students who are socially so entangled in other things like friends circles, WhatsApp, family groups, Instagram, and Reels, and YouTube. You are surrounded by so many things. And that's why the effective time that should be spent on studying and taking the classes gets wasted on those things, and you get distracted. It gets difficult to focus because you are not under the right mentorship. You don't talk about the mistakes you make. You never want to tell anyone. You think it is fine and you let it go. You become very lazy. And if you make a mistake today, then you forget about it the very next day. So, according to me, your results suffer a lot because of this irregularity that comes in your journey. Only 10 to 15% students are able to clear, and you think that CMA is tough, but do you know? The problem is not the result. The problem is your approach. 50 to 60% students don't finish their preparation. So how will they pass? Those students didn't complete their classes and revisions. 20 to 30 students who fill out the form, they just fill it out like that just to see if they can pass or not. They don't do anything. Students usually say. Some people don't do anything in exam and they just sleep. So we can say that only. 20% take exam seriously. And 10% students clear exam, meaning pass percentage isn't 10. It is 50. 20% of 100 students studied seriously and 10 of them cleared the exams. Then I'll compare 10 to 20 for calculating pass percentage. Institute and you are counting those 80. At the time of the result, as 80 students don't want to study or were not studying in right way. If 10 are passing out of 20, then there is a 50% chance of passing. But then the preparation will be done in that way with full focus. I am here, Avinash sir, and Amit sir is here. So you have to listen to us and you have to do what we say, as we have also learned in this way. As students, we followed our teachers' words. We used to listen to their words carefully. Because of this, we have the precision within us. That's why we are here today. And maybe because of that, many of my friends, they are working and doing their own business. So they are able to earn fame, money and prestige along with respect in their life. So if you want to achieve success in the future, then students, you have to respect things in your life. And for that, listen to what we are saying. And you will promise this in this class itself. You will promise to yourself, not to us. We are teaching hundreds of students, and if you all one by one decide that you will listen to us attentively, then nothing is better than this. Okay, students. So, the things we discuss you might think are useless, but these things are not useless. You will know. These will help you on your journey further. Maybe you want to watch. You can listen repeatedly to this portion of video. At that point of time when you feel out of motivation, feel lost, then watch this part. The feeling inside you that you can't do it will change and you will think that you should definitely do it. You have to prove yourself, you have to stand up to your parents also and move forward in your life. And for that you will have to listen to us. We won't try to impress you by saying you can get a job that pays this much, or we are rankers, or we have actually achieved so much, we are toppers and we cleared CA so quickly, or we were good scorer in college. These things are not that important and we always say it as a joke, right? The main point is that are you serious or not? We are serious, that's why we are here. Are you serious? If you will take this thing seriously, then you can also achieve this position. Rank or non-rank, I don't know. And good marks or bad marks, I don't know. I know this much. If you gain knowledge, then you learn how to study properly and attentively. So if you are just passing or getting rank, the day you go to work and people listen to your thoughts, your opinions and yourself and your words, then they will like you. And they will work for a dedicated guy like that in their company, right? So that we can move them forward and they can make this company grow. What we are going to do next in this class, as I said earlier, you have to give time. Costing is a very technical subject and a new subject for all of you. You have already studied accounts and law before. Tax and cost is a new subject and a vast subject. And the costing, it seems tough initially for the students because bit of maths is also involved in it. We have to do a lot of mathematical equations. If you don't know, then you will face difficulty in doing escalations and all. Some students are also stressed that they are not very good in maths and feel underconfident, but it's not like that. You just need a good guidance once from me, so you should follow the steps I tell you and it will be done. Understand the concepts, it will be easy. You will have to give time and revise what is taught in class again. Before the next class, if there is homework, then complete it and redo the classwork if you have any problems. You might think that if X studies for 5 hours, then you will too. It's possible that 5-hour study can be completed in 2 hours, or it might take you 8 hours to finish. So you will have to give yourself time according to your own needs, not according to others. You have to decide that you need to revise the assigned work after class or whenever you complete the class, revise it and do the next class after completing the homework. You have to stick to this routine. While revising, if you have any trouble with any sums, just practice it again. And if you approach it in this way, you will never have to face any problems. And if you think that you need to finish the classes quickly, that won't be of any use. You'll end up taking double the time during revision. So that's why you should never skip classes, and also you should not watch it above 1.25x. And we all know that all of you are already involved with AI. That all these things seem smooth and easy to you. All of you are used to it, watching Netflix and other OTT platforms. It has become a habit. So you need things that are fast. That's why I can allow you to watch till 1.25x. And I am not going to say that you should never skip the live classes. What does that mean? If you are doing live classes, you don't need backup classes, but if you're watching downloaded classes or recorded classes on pen drive, you might want to watch them at a fast pace. So speed should not go beyond 1.25. You might think that watching at 0.5 is also fine, but the total time remains the same. As you pause it, you go back and forth, so why not just watch it at same pace as time taken is same? What is the benefit of finishing 10 minutes early? Because those 10 minutes are anyway wasted. If we listen with the precision, that would be better. So those who downloaded the classes don't watch it at a speed, and those attending live classes, they have to watch it at the same pace. Because you will be watching those live classes in real time, so you can't really speed it up. And if you are attending live classes, then you should not skip it. My belief is that if you have paid money for resources, so you should fully utilize it. If you have paid the premium fee for the live classes, then you should definitely make full use of it, right? you will be allowed to write in the chat here. You can watch it all day and you can ping us also during the classes. If you don't understand anything, we'll explain that. And you can ask us anytime if you face any problem. This will ensure a regularity that since we did a class today, we will be able to attend tomorrow's class also. There's a flow, and you know that every chapter is connected. You can't just skip some chapters in between. So if you take the live class, utilize it fully. But sometimes it happens that because of some uncertainties like festivals or emergencies, you are not able to attend few classes. So you can back it up on the same day and attend the class from the next day. You can do that, right? For that we will provide you with the same day backup. So whether you download it or get it on a pen drive, keep this in mind. Just don't drag the duration. And as I said, you can look at it quickly at 1.25x speed. But don't try to skip to the solution directly. If 10 minutes are given to complete, then complete the sums on your own in those 10 minutes. Don't skip. You should also solve the sum at that same time on a real-time basis. Let's say that you solve the sums before the time limit. Even then you should not rush. You will not lose your patience. Give yourself 10 minutes. If you finish the sums, then think about it more. Was there another way to do this? Did you do it right? Double check it. Even if you think it's correct, then also recheck. And suppose you are trying to solve but you couldn't. So keep thinking about it. What you are doing wrong, just think in the meantime. So that when I start teaching and finally come to the sums, the time you have invested will not be wasted. The 10 minutes that you invested will help you a lot in the future. So if you think of skipping it as a waste of time, don't do it. You can think of the ways to solve the question in different ways in those 10 minutes. I guess students are fast forwarding this video also. Now if you are skipping this part 2, then you did not understand. Because I told you I am saying a lot of things. You can watch it at speed, there is no problem. But if you skip and watch, then that will be a problem. Because among all of these things that I am telling you, maybe one of them might resonate with you. Okay, students? We will provide you with some books. We will provide main mat for cost, which includes study material, previous year questions, RTP, MTP and other things. We will provide practice mat that includes the recent terms, PYQs, bit questions, MCQs and mock test papers. This book on top has institutes, materials, and some relevant questions from 2016 are included because the topic hasn't changed. Relevant questions from RTP, MTP. We have covered different questions that could be asked. But in the practice mat, we have exclusively covered for CMA Inter, which included the mock test paper from 22. Past year's papers from 22 have all been covered. And I will teach all of this in the classes. We will teach you all of this. So you will get all the answers in one place. We have prepared the papers of June 25th, June 24th, December 24th, so that for the exam on June 25th, we practice it all the papers. Mock test papers have been prepared. If you are giving exam in June and we get the December mock test or past year papers, we'll do that also on YouTube classes. If so much content is covered, we don't need to worry and you don't need to put in any extra effort. Next, summary mat. Yes, this will be a very good thing for you all. In this I have prepared gist of every chapter, practically, theoretically. Everything is written. And in it there is theory as well for all the chapters, through which all content will be at one place. Besides, if there is anything else that needs to be addressed, we will discuss it during the classes and everything will be covered. Don't worry. Now how should we approach the classes? If we are doing it live, then we will proceed accordingly. And if we are not doing it live and we are downloading it, then in the sequence that you have downloaded, let's say you go to my folder cost accounting and you see first one is 00 orientation. Then what's the orientation? 01 is basics. So we'll see the basics first. Then 02 is cost sheet. So we'll watch that. But you will not skip the chapter that you have already studied. If you're thinking to do chapters from previous section first, because it will come in your college exam, just don't do it. Set aside college exam and only focus on preparing for your professional exam. You know, this professional exam is what will earn you money. Okay, students? If you don't go in sequence, then it's possible that you might not pick up on terminologies or some things I explained in previous class. So you might not understand if you skip through the classes, and then you will face problems. If you watch the classes chronologically, you will not have any problems. Now, how many classes should we do per week? When we teach live, we take 5 classes per week. So if you will download them and study them diligently, do cost classes 5 days a week. You have to do 5 classes per week. Now it's up to you which 2 days in a week you want to skip according to your routine. Sunday off for revision. Or you can take off on one weekday, let's say on Thursday. So we studied on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. Then we studied on Saturday. And on Thursday and Sunday we did not do classes. We revised on these 2 days. If you follow this routine consistently, then excellent. And our classes are not more than 1 hour and 50 minutes. So if a class is 1 hour and 50 minutes long, you can easily and smoothly attend classes daily. You don't have to worry. We won't give you 2.5 hours or 3 hours long classes. Now next is how will we do the revision. Students, the best way to revise is as soon as the test is announced. We will start studying in a sequence according to it, okay? So whenever any test is being announced, the chapters that will be involved in that test, you will be informed in prior a month in advance about the date of the test. Whether you are using downloadable pen drive or live classes, you are all allowed to take the test. We'll share the papers in groups and also at live exam center. Because you will come to the center to take the test, but not all. The main ones like the final one or one with all the chapters. And if you look at it, the questions we are going to make for all the chapters will cover everything you need, for example. It is not necessary that initial chapters question papers will follow the CMA pattern. We are doing this to get coverage, meaning to check if you have practiced all the questions from all the chapters. And the second test might include some MCQs and it might be according to the paper pattern. But the final 2 tests, all chapters and full test as per pattern will be fully as per pattern. But the first 2 chapters, the first 2 papers, first 2 set of test papers, those papers can be a little unique. It may not be as same as institute, pattern. And you know why is it like this? It's like this so that you can understand all the things, whether you are able to solve the questions. Here we will see the coverage. At last we'll study from the exam viewpoint. How many marks will the test be for? If it's only 4 chapters, it will not be for 40 or 50. Every test will be of 100 marks. You will be getting 3 hours. You will learn how to sit in one place and take the exam. Because the biggest problem with all of you is that you never sit in one place and take exam for 3 hours. Some get tired by doing only 2 questions, right? Study dedicatedly for 3 hours so that we can learn how and in what ways we are utilizing those 3 hours. We should note down which subjects are taking the most time for future reference. Don't judge yourself based on your first 2 test marks, okay? Just don't dwell on your marks from the first 2 tests. Don't think much or worry about the marks. You can't judge from that because the first paper actually shows you the reality. You can work hard for the second paper. Try to increase the marks by 10 to 15. In the third test, increase by 20, and in the final mock, you can score between 70 and 75. And then with this confidence, you can definitely do well in the main paper too. You will get a good result. So as we take the tests, you will be informed beforehand and then accordingly prepare for it. Let's say we have completed 4 chapters. So after that it is announced this test will be in 20 to 25 days on this date. Then you will be studying the old material and also the new chapters from classes. The approach will be same. When we do next 4 chapters, it won't be a test on just those 4 chapters. It will be on old 4 and next 4, previous 4 chapters. Plus additional 4 chapters, not just 4 additional chapters. So that cumulative revision continues. And after all this, as I said, you don't have to worry about any other things. And this time we are going to do it in a large scale. We are launching CMA Inter. Please tell your friends about this. That how and why studying exclusively is a nice approach to learning. You must have seen this after listening so much. We could have taken classes with CA students if we wanted to. But we know that somewhere and somehow there is something wrong with this, and we want to justify that. If it was about only earning money, we would have put you all in CA classes specifically for cost. Almost the entire syllabus and papers are same, topics are same. It could have been covered with CA. But the study that CA students are doing and you are doing, there is a difference as you can see from the paper pattern. So you have to get the right guidance solely through exclusivity and not from other things or sources. We hope to see you all in the live batch soon. Show us support in the online live classes. And also stay regular. It will make us feel good and we will never stop to announce the batch. So you have to show regularity so that we stay motivated and we are here to support you. Stay with us every term. Thank you everybody. I hope this orientation helped you a lot and also help you in your journey. Tata, bye bye.